Hi guys. In the 1980s, there was a survey about the mental well-being of people. There was this one question that went, how many people have you discussed with the important things in life during the past 6 months? Back then, the most answers they got was 3. 3 people. That same survey was conducted again in 2006. By then, the most answers they got was 0. None. People either stopped talking about the important matters in life or simply had nobody to share it with. This is quite a lonely and detached era to live in. Psychological counselor Lee Hyun-soo wrote in her book using the phrase singleness of the soul to mark this phenomenon. So, are we all victims of this possibly loneliest time in human history? Well, I love it how Lee Hyun-soo puts it. You can be happy on your own. You can be happy also with the company of others. But remember, it's you can be happy also, not you can be happier with company. At the end of the day, no one is responsible for someone else's happiness, and you are responsible for making yourself happy. But life is shitty. I'm just gonna say it. Life is full of shitty things. So how do we cope with the shittiness of all this? Oh, I'm being so irreverent today. In the book Mind Power by James Borg, he mentioned that the brain is like a 24/7 pharmacy that dispenses chemicals such as dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. These are positive drugs for the mind, if you will. They make us feel more confident, calm, grateful, mostly tethered to positive emotions. And they increase on occasions such as when you've accomplished a task and received the recognition you deserve, when you're running laps in a park sweating like a pig, no offense to pigs, when you hug someone, or something. Yes, surprisingly, according to science, hugging pets and stuffed animals work too. And so we have the inherent capability of self-heal. The key is how to initiate it. We definitely can't give orders to the brain like, hey brain, give me some of that dopamine, you know what I mean? Dopamine! The body has a self-protection mechanism which prevents us from interfering with and endangering our life support system. But there is a way to work around it. There is a way to indirectly influence the brain to secrete those positive neurotransmitters. There is this verse in the Bible which I quote a lot, Proverbs 4:23, above all else, guard your heart for everything you do flows from it. It used to make a lot of sense to me, but now it makes a whole lot more sense to me, knowing the science behind it. Hear me out. The chemicals released in your brain contribute to your mood. The emotions you're going through determine which chemicals the brain dispenses. When you're relaxed, happy, serotonin. When you're stressed, stress hormones. And those chemicals further strengthen the mood. We can't command the brain, at least not directly, but we can switch up our emotions with our thoughts by consciously thinking. And so, thoughts affect your emotions affect the brain in which chemicals to release, and the chemicals in your brain affect your mood. And so, guard your heart, aka your mind, your thoughts, for everything flows from it. Makes so much sense. If you're in a slump or stuck in some sort of negative emotion, try this for starters. Change the direction of your thinking. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, that's a bit general. Fair, it does sound a bit general, and to be honest, a bit cheesy. But this is a commonly used method in cognitive therapy. Once again, in Lee Hyun-soo's book, which is titled So We All Have a Pharmacy in Our Head, she says it sounds more complicated than it really is, where there are basically just 3 directions of thought: positive, negative, and neutral. Positive thinking is the best route to get your brain releasing those good chemicals. But the good news is, you don't have to force yourself into a positive mindset to get that same result. You don't have to fake a smile. But actually, putting on a smile does make a difference, according to Paul Ekman. Maybe we'll talk about that in another video. But you don't have to force it when you're really not feeling it. Because even by thinking neutrally, well, that produces the same effect on the brain as thinking positively. You don't have to be in an all jolly, hyped up status for your brain to release serotonin. The fact is, as long as your mind is in a peaceful status, as long as you're feeling safe, the brain will secrete serotonin, and that'll help lift your spirits. Your goal is to reach a peaceful mind state, which is much easier than trying to stay positive. So here's an example of neutral thinking. Let's say you just got pinned to the wall by your boss for not meeting your annual target. Damn, I just got my ass whooped in there. Whew. He's got a point though. Still a lot of room for improvement. I think I better get my act together. Now that is positive thinking. Not only will it help boost your mood, but it'll also help you improve. But sometimes you just need to allow your emotions to get off the hook for a second. Sometimes all you need is a little room to breathe. This is how neutrally thinking works. Damn, I just got my ass whooped in there. Like, what's wrong with her? Might have had a bad day or had a fight with her husband last night. Who knows? I don't care. Life goes on. And just by thinking so, your emotions are already back in a more calm and relaxed status. And the result? Serotonin, help lifting up your mood. Personally, whenever I'm having a bad day and it's really getting to me, sometimes I just try to lighten up by trying to be silly.
I don't give a dang. I don't give a dang. I don't give a dang.
Just to help rewire the mind. But of course, you can come up with your own more elegant way of doing so. Change the direction of your thought. Remember, everything flows from the heart. Thoughts are life. Peace.